Okay, so this is a video kind of for practical application number 2, example of georeferencing historical air photos and mapping land cover change. So this will be a video for step 1 of this practical application, and this will be a series of videos. So in step 1, we're just going to talk about where and how to acquire imagery that we might want to georeference. And so in our class, we're working in Utah, and so it's really fortunate that a lot of state governments, such as the state of Utah, maintains nice databases for aerial imagery. And so ours is called the Utah Aerial Imagery Database, shown here on the screen. And while it's quite nice, it has over 225,000 images in its collection. Some of them are really historical, going back to the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and others are more close to modern times. It is a little bit challenging to navigate through this aerial image database, but I find that using the map search function is pretty helpful. If you don't know what you're looking for in terms of spatial areas, you can also use their advanced metadata search. Maybe you're interested in aerial imagery from a certain time period, and you can see what's around. And you can do that right here in the front. Like we could go back, what's the oldest images around, and search that. And we see that there's a 1934 imagery sheet, um, which is somewhere. And so, it's in Grand Mesa National Forest, near the border of Colorado and Utah. Anyways, I would advocate for many of the things you're probably going to want to use the map search. So I'll click on that here just to show you. And so in this case, I'm going to look at where we are at Utah Valley University. It's right here. And I'm just going to search for what images are around there. And so I'm actually going to turn off all resources and just do air photos. And I'll make a little map around the university. And so it immediately shows me what images overlap with this area. Now, while they know that they overlap to this area, they aren't georeferenced. So we have that work left to do. And so we have newer images, such as the National Agricultural Inventory Program images for this area, which have been collected every few years, and can kind of show how agriculture and urbanization has changed through time. And those can be really cool photo sets because they're not just red, green, blue, but also near infrared, so you can do vegetation monitoring. But we're not after that today. Here's an image from 1946. Looks like some spy photography, and not interested too much in that either. The data set that I'm going to download for this is actually, I believe it's this one right here. No, this one. Yeah, so no, not quite this one. This one. So this is there's a series of of photos here. This is from May 22nd, 1958. It's a very high resolution scan, 300 pixels per inch, 192 megapixels, and in total. And then it's 124.8 megabytes. When you go ahead and download something like this, make sure that you are getting the original TIFF file, not a screenshot. Don't right-click on this and save. I'm going to go right here and click download. The other cool thing here is you can see the metadata right here in the resource details. this is something that you should download as well. You don't have to do a screen grab of that. You can actually click download metadata right here to get that. And you can choose between a text and a PDF file. But yeah, go ahead and do those downloads if you're kind of following along and practicing in this yourself. But I suggest you do an area of interest to you if you're working on a lab. It could be Utah Valley University like this, or somewhere else. In this case, there is no UVU here in this image, nor is there the I-15 highway or University Parkway yet. And so you might choose, if you were doing this work, to do something that's a little bit more modern, so you can see kind of maybe more landmarks that you're familiar with. And there are some other choices, like if we look through here, we could go to 1965, and we see the I-15 and University Parkway, although no Utah Valley University yet still either. Okay, so that's step one, acquire imagery, and you just want to save that somewhere in a very purposeful folder on your computer. And the next video, step two, will be loading that image into a GIS software. So stay tuned for that.